Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. It's that time of the year again. Get back to work on project 1 ton. And in this video, I'll be working on the underside of the truck bed. Now, I've got it flipped upside down in the driveway. It's going to be here for, several weeks as I work on it. Now, a lot of you folks, you viewers, might think that this bed isn't worth saving. But I assure you, there are lots of good pieces still to this bed, and other pieces that obviously need replaced. These center sections pretty rotted out, but you got other areas up here where these cross members, they have a lot of flaky rust areas like these. You can see when I take this off, they don't look that bad once you actually get the paint and the flaky bits off. And that's supposed to be like that. And just by stripping off the flaky bits allows the material underneath to breathe, okay? Because it's a moisture trap. See that? That's a big moisture trap. And by working the rust off, allows the material, like I said, to breathe again and dry out. And at which time, you can take a grinder to it or a media blaster and get that cleaned up, and then coat it with some rust paint, pour 15, whatever it is that you're planning to do. So in this video, I'm not going to do a piece by piece how to restore a truck bed on the underside here. Literally just going to clean this up, chop out, weld some pieces in, and I'm going to bring you along little short clips as I go along, but without a lot of explanation of how to perform procedures. Most of the rusty scabs removed with a putty knife. Time to hit it with a pressure washer. So here we are. It's the next day. Things are dried up from the pressure wash, and I've gone over this area, this first rib, the front of the box, with a variety of tools. 36 grit roll lock, a wire wheel on a grinder, flat disc, wire wheels on cordless drill, and of course compressed air. And this looks pretty decent compared to what the rest of it still looks like. Now, at this point, I'm happy with what I got. It's not perfect, but I'm happy with what I got. And so now I'm going to wipe this down with some lacquer thinners and then spray all the exposed areas. Okay, this area doesn't need treated. Still factory paint, still in decent condition. All the exposed areas, okay? All these exposed areas with a couple coats of aerosol trim clad. Now, I've gotten this far along in the manner in which I showed you on this first rib. Wire wheel, grinder, whatnot. Get the scabby bits off. Get the trim clad on. Completely done the whole underside of the bed here. I've left these pieces because they're going to need cutout and weld repair. Now, if you recall, I said in a previous video about saving pieces for the future, okay? This is severely rotted out. This is the dovetail end off the original truck bed. Gonna fit that into there. Have a couple pieces. This is literally the two pieces that were any value. And I'll be able to replace a couple of sections with these. But the interesting thing is this dimension inside of here is literally 2 by 2. Okay, you can take a piece of 2 by 2 tubing and some clamps and flat bar and hammer and make this piece. All right, cut off the original piece, ground out the spot welds, whatever it took to get it off. It's done, it's gone. Got the donor piece. I just put it up over the top. It is just a channel, so it is stretchable. Punch 2 sheet metal screws in, hold it in place, chop, chop. Now I'll be able to pull it out, finish the trim off, and then the only place of concern is getting a weld bead across here and ground off. The sides, I'll probably just put a little 18 gauge plate on, call it a day. It is the underside of the bed. Are you gonna see it? I'm not gonna see it. Little update on the progress. As you recall, just a second ago, I mentioned I welded that dovetail in. Now I've moved on to the fender well here, and I created the arc around here with some pieces of flat 20 gauge material, straight piece there, a little sliver there that I put a corner in, and I put a taper in another piece here. Tech screwed it all together here, tack welded it, pulled it off, welded the seams up, and then proceeded to put a vertical strip in pieces around to make the corner. And then obviously I cut and put patches in here, just hand bending the material to make the contour. Now this is all nice and tacked together. This fender well here, this portion, much stronger than it appeared. I only had to cut into it, a couple of inches to find really good solid metal. So the next thing is, do I move that way along, or do I come this way over here and straighten this up? Because this is now pretty floppy. This really isn't doing anything now, but the sheet metal here, as you can see, has a little crease in it, and if I pull it out, there's where it should be with the crease flattened out. So I may put a little reinforcement bar across the corner here to keep this in position while I continue to work along. Now, I don't want to make this repair video too long. I'm trying to keep this short and to the point, but as you can see, I'm onto the driver's side, and it is basically just a system of patches, and that's all basically metal work is a system of patches. Bigger ones, smaller ones, tack welds, full welds. This is at the point now where it's ready to get all ground out, and then I'm going to skim coat all the repair area in a fiberglass filler, and then a little skim of body filler, and then hit it with some trim clad, just like I did on this side over here. Bear with me. Same situation over here, the passenger side, all done. Basically same thing, just a system of patches, welded, ground, skim coat of 2 different fillers, and a shot of trim clad. Now there's a little repair to be finished here, probably be done once the box is flipped over. Beyond that, this side as a whole, repair these rails, and that's pretty much it. So I'm going to call this video quits, and I come back next video on Project 110, get busy repairing these corners of the box sides. So to the next one, as always, guys, peace.